but we really wanted to get the fans a chance to see the work we were doing on Heart of the Swarm and show how different Heart of the Swarm is from Wings of Liberty. So people could see sort of the story elements, see what's going on with Kerrigan, see what's going on with the different game mechanics that you can play as you play through Heart of the Swarm. And it gives us a chance to get feedback from both our fans and from the press who've been able to get hands-on the software to see what they think, to see if the direction we're going is good.
So Heart of the Swarm actually started in concept many years ago.
So the main concept for Heart of the Swarm is this is the Kerrigan story. She's sort of the fallen queen of blades now. Will she get her powers back? Who knows?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GSL Tournament Round of 64. Hope you guys enjoyed that little Heart of the Swarm preview. For those of you that do not know, Heart of the Swarm is the first expansion set planned for Starcraft 2. And it's going to be basically the Zerg campaign, as the first campaign, Wings of Liberty, was kind of the Terran campaign. So, yeah, they're starting to release some more info about the new expansion that's going to be coming out eventually.
Blizzard soon.
Yeah, they just had a kind of a press event where they invited press and fan sites to come check out some preview materials that they had for Heart of the Swarm. So go to your local corner fan site and check out some more information about the Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool so far. But we are here, though, to watch a Zerg versus Protoss at the moment.
Exactly.
Speaking of Zerg, speaking of
Zenio
the Swarm,
is like he's coming back, he's bringing the Swarm back, and we've got all Terrans today except this matchup.
That's right.
He's the Heart of the Swarm.
Zenio, or Zenio, however you want to pronounce it, versus Choya, the coach of FOU.
Yep.
Basically, the entire FOU team is down here today. SC's playing later. Lenok came down just to support his teammates and cheer them on, as he often does when SC's playing or something like that. Usually the three of them are always here if one of them is playing.
Yeah, Lenok's a really nice guy. He just always comes and he's always cheerful and smiling.
Yeah.
He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, even when he lost his Code A matches the week before, he came out for SC and was still happy.
Yeah, he lost the other day and I saw him and he won that game.
Lost, won, same thing.
I didn't cast that day. I came in late. I missed it, but he seemed like he was in a good mood. Regardless, I think he won.
He's a jolly little guy. But let's go ahead and take a look at our players for this match real quick. Here is Zenio, OGS Zenio. He has been around Codex for a little while now. He was in it in January and basically keeps getting out in the round of 32, but winning his up and down matches to stay in Codex. So he is going to be Codex in July. As you can see there, his recent matches have been not too good. 2 wins and 5 losses. He's very good at Zerg versus Zerg, but unfortunately not that good against Terran and Protoss, so he is only a 40% win rate against Protoss. So he's got kind of a not as good of a match for him here. He did beat Squirtle in the Team League, but then lost to Ace. So that's kind of his recent results. And of course, lost to Alicia in Codes as well. Part of why he got down to the up and down matches there. Anyway, so he's got his work cut out for him. And here's Choya. Poor guy's no longer in GSL, but he's been in so many seasons recently. Was in the round of 8 in January, Codes. And March and May, not so good. just lost all of his games in a row and got completely out of the tournament in 2 seasons. So this is kind of his chance to do well in a GSL tournament, since he's not going to be in the next season unless he qualifies, which is going to be very difficult. There's the man himself.
Yeah, his hair's starting to grow back out a little bit. He had it cut off for a while. And he's actually known for talking to himself in his booth, as you can see now.
Yep.
And he's kind of comparable to the Wind. He's a coach, hasn't been doing that well recently, but did well in the past, is still a strong player. But different from the Wind, he doesn't really have anything to fall back to after this tournament, and he may actually not try to qualify for Code A because he's a coach and he doesn't have that much time. He's probably just going to be there cheering on his players who are trying to qualify. So this may be the last time you see him if he gets knocked out here today. I mean, I'm sure you'll see him again, but the last time you'll see him in a GSL as a player, possibly.
Now, Zenio, his record that I mentioned earlier, is a little bit belied by the fact that he has actually beaten a few Protosses in outside tournaments as well. So I guess if you kind of look at it that way, he's a little bit better than you might think. He beat Mana, Sock or Saki?
Zaka.
Zaka?
Zaka.
Oh, anyway. Some strong foreign Protosses, and actually beat any pro in the FXO Invitational just a couple months ago. Very strong Protoss player. So he does have it in him. Both these players have it in them to play well, but they're kind of slumping a little bit lately. So again, I say this a lot, but kind of a proving ground for both these guys. They really want to make it to the round of 32 and succeed in the GSL. We're going to get started here in just a moment on Dual Sight. Let's see who can take out the win.
Zenio versus choya for you.
Here is, on the left side of Dual Sight, the green and happy side. Our Zerg player trying to pollute the crisp greenness of this map. He is.
Zenio.
He's just going to take all that beautiful grass and creep it up. Can you believe it, Wolf? Can you believe it?
Makes me a little bit sad.
Here is Choya attempting to repopulate the desolate, lava-filled land on the right side of the map.
Did you just say this is Choya?
What?
I think you messed that intro up, Moletrap. I think you said, yeah, and over here, this is Choya.
Did I?
I think you did. Either way, there's
I don't remember. I didn't mean to if I did.
One of our Korean fans has that little rabbit. I forgot that guy's name, but he's all over the GSL website.
I think
it's
that's
like
Kokoshu's mascot, yeah.
Kokoshu.
Anyway, so Choya going for a very, very fast scout and a gateway on top of his ramp. Wolf, I smell shenanigans.
You smell shenanigans?
I smell shenanigans, man. Look at him. He's not just, he's like singing to himself in his booth. It's like rocking out to the beat of the Protoss theme music. No, I mean, he like scouted really quickly and now he's getting a gateway. He's not looking to expand right now. I don't know. It could just be, he could just go into 3-gate expand, but I feel like he's up to something.
Well, Choya is known for 4-gating. He's known for an all-in. He's done these little tricky all-ins where he makes a Stargate and starts cranking out Void Rays. He goes like 3 gates and a Void Ray and tricks his opponent to thinking, I'm going to do a 3-gate Sentry Expand that just all-ins. Saw Nesty hold an incredible game on Scrap Station. Comes to mind. He's really well known for doing what Artosis likes to call the Choya 4-gate, which I just like to call it the 1-gas 4-gate, but he's well known for doing that. I do that all the time, actually. But I wouldn't put it past him to do something like that. Dual Sight obviously is a 2-player map. The rush distance is incredibly long.
Yeah, well, he still only has that 1 gas, and he's getting his core up. Now, Zenio has not done a drone scout. Never mind, he actually has a 2nd gas up. I'm a liar. And regardless, Zenio has no idea what's going on. He has not drone scouted. He's just sending out some Zerglings. He did go for a fast pull, relatively fast pull. So those Zerglings are going to be able to poke and prod Choya's base relatively quickly, and he's expanded after it as well.
Yeah, Zenio is going for a speed link expand. Really, really safe, especially when you're playing against a player like Choya, who has been known to do all-ins from time to time. I think basically he was just like, all right, I don't really know exactly what you're going to do, but I'm not even going to drone scout because you're somewhat predictable. He's just sent that Overlord to scout. Wanted to see if there's a fast Nexus. Oh, he's going to do the trick. This is a really cool trick. He can drone drill through behind the Zealot.
Oh, nice. And that drone is just going to get in and try and scout. He does scout both gases and doesn't really find any other tech around, though. Of course, there could be some tech hidden, but he did see 2 pylons, so it's probable that he doesn't have any tech hidden or anything like that. So very nice little scout there, using the Zerglings to distract so he can get the drone through with as many hit points as possible.
Yeah, I just want to just talk about that for a little bit here as these Zerglings run in and check. Now, what you can do if you're a Zerg player is if you send all of your Zerglings forward and the drone, the Zealot can't deal with all of it, so this drone sneaks by. And if the Stalker isn't out yet, it was just barely not out in time, you can get into the base and see everything. And right now, if I were Zenio, I'd be thinking, oh, he probably hit some tech somewhere. But Choya is going to be going for a 1-gate expand. Super, super risky. Actually, so risky.
Yeah, you're right. I guess he actually didn't... I was thinking like he saw the whole base because of the 2 pylons, but
yeah,
I guess you're right. That wouldn't... at this point in the game, I was thinking it was earlier for some reason. At this point in the game, there might be some tech somewhere. Might be a little worried. He is moving around. Oh, this Overlord might... Actually, I think it's probably going to escape. But yeah, you're absolutely right. This is a very risky. He's only got like 1 sentry, 2 now, just getting a 3rd, trying to expand off this, and Zenio sees it. Now, Zenio, I think, is the kind of player who might try to take advantage of this. He just did lose an Overlord, so...
He's going to take a very fast 3rd, realizing his opponent doesn't have that many gates. And I think, at first, before he saw the Nexus, he was like, okay, maybe you're hiding tech. I just want to play this safe. Kept checking with the Zerglings. And once he saw the Nexus, he was like, oh, you're actually just going for a really, really risky expand. He also checked to see how many gateway units Choya had. And he said, you don't have that many units? Well, you can't really pressure me right now. You even cut a Forge, so you're kind of nervous. You got to play a little bit defensively now. He is starting that Forge up now, kind of at the back of his base, a little bit of a weird spot for it.
Yeah.
But Choya taking that smart 3rd base, I like it.
And he's starting to get out some Zerglings as well, which is also good because even though he's gone for this fast expansion, if he doesn't get some forces out, then Choya could put on some pressure. And I think it would be risky for him to move out at this point. He actually is going to go and try and prod these Zerglings. He needs to be careful he doesn't get that Stalker surrounded. The Zealot sacrifices itself to the Swarm. Scantipede looks on, uncaring.
Scantipedes. There's actually a lot of Scantipedes in these new maps. I think the map creator, Jackie Prime, just likes Scantipedes.
And what's not liked about Scantipedes?
I know. I feel the same way.
They're adorable and delicious.
I've never tried one.
No?
Nope. I actually like the critters. I don't eat them, generally.
Oh, okay.
These Speedlings want to get something done. Looks like Choya is actually going to move out on the map here, be a little bit of aggressive. But the Speedlings are going to run in.
Oh, no. Nice counterattack. Killing off the Stalker as it warps in and finally gets in there. Probe's trying to protect that cannon, but the Zerglings do surround the cannon. It looks like he's going to take out both cannons, the cannon and a lot of probes. And he just used a warp in, I think, because he has, not able to warp in very much.
He's going to attack
and
at
he's
the
just
natural
counter.
Of Zenio's base is attacking. Does try to target down those queens. One queen narrowly escapes with her life. The second trying to escape as well. He just needs to start fighting and not try to target those queens. There he goes. Man. Now the drones are in trouble. He can actually force field those off if he wants to. Decides to target down those roaches instead. And Zenio has almost no units out to defend. And if he keeps force fielding that ramp, there are no units coming down that ramp to help out.
Yeah, here come the drones back with a few roaches to try and fight, but the roaches at the top of the ramp continually being forced out. Nice force fields keeping everything back, but I don't know. He's got enough firepower for now, but if if Zenio gets out a few more roaches, it's going to be hard for him to hold off. And actually, at the right side of this battle, we did see those queens and roaches killing off the reinforcements, so they couldn't join up with his army. The hatchery is almost dead, though. If he gets that, that'll be crucial.
Needs to make sure he force fields the ramp. That's force field, but there are a lot of roaches coming out, and Choya just does not have the production to keep reinforcing. In fact, he's got idle Stalkers back at his forward pylon, and it looks like this attack is thwarted, and Choya...
He doesn't even get the hatchery, so that was bad for Choya, man. It was good, he took out a lot of stuff, but I think Choya is a little bit behind at this point because he can't really counterattack in there again, and he didn't quite kill enough, I don't think, to make that worth it. I don't know if he knows. No, he doesn't know about that 3rd base right now.
I think he's going to realize, where did all those roaches come from? There must be a 3rd hatchery. Zealot is not going to find it, though. And to say that Choya is a little behind might actually be an understatement. Over-under?
To say that was an overstatement was a brash understatement.
Oh man, Choya is going to counterattack here. Here come a ton of roaches.
Anyway, yeah, so now some counter pressure here being put on by Zenio. And I don't think he's going to be able to break Choya at this point. But Choya has to be like really scared right now. He can't really move back out to do anything. And Zenio is droning in the background, getting a ton of upgrades.
And he's actually making a macro hatchery so he can start cranking out those roaches as soon as roach speed finishes. He's getting overlord speed, +1 missile attacks right now. He's making a ton of drones. I think he's just under the mindset right now, oh, you can't attack me, so I'm just going to drone. And he's hardcore droning right now with 9 drones in production. And the second that he gets all those bases saturated and roach speed finishes and burrow, he's just going to crank out a ton of roaches, even making a Hydralisk den.
Yeah, he is all the way up to 56 drones. He was at like 36. Like the last time I checked, which was like just a minute ago. He really droned up hard, and that is really good because with that macro hatch, man, this is going to be crazy soon. With that macro hatch and all those drones on 3 bases, he's going to explode. He's going to just start exploding with units right now. Choya basically needs to kind of like do something within the next minute, or there's going to be so many roaches and hydras on the map, it'll just be disgusting.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to start moving out on the map a little bit. Not sure if this is the right choice. I think he realizes there's got to be a 3rd base over there. He's going around, going to try to attack it, but his units are split up. Looks like Zenio is not going to take advantage of that. He did have some of his units in the middle of the map. Drones being transferred. Pretty smart.
Where is Zenio's army?
He was actually trying to go for a counterattack. Now he realized he needs to come home. Looks like the hatchery may fall if he targets it and then leaves, but here come a ton of speedlings.
Oh, he's coming in from the side with the speedlings, so he has to use more force fields. The force fields go up blocking about half the roaches. He burrows the roaches and really needs to fight with them though if he's going to save that hatchery, but he just doesn't have quite enough. And nice move. Good force fields blocking out these roaches again. I think he's going to lose this force again, but this time he does take out the hatchery.
Indeed, and actually Zenio can just burrow all these roaches. He doesn't even need to fight anymore. Burrowing the weakened roaches. Nice micro. Almost like blink micro for roaches. Now he's just going to burrow the rest of them. Pop up as soon as the stalkers move. Beautiful move by Zenio.
Nice. That was beautifully done. Picks off those weak stalkers as they try to escape. Now he's going to hunt these down as well. Zenio taking that 3rd base again at the south. So that's exactly what Choya needed to do. You know, like I said, he needs to do something before he builds up an army because he was about to start, but it just wasn't quite enough. And
these roaches are just going to rush through everything.
GG. So Choya, I think it was really good of him to realize that he needed to do something, but he just didn't have the army to do enough. I mean, it was like, you know, he can't really move out, but he can't afford not to, so he did. And at least went out with a good fight. But Zenio was just too far ahead at that point.
Well, basically, what happens when you move out and do, I think he was on 3 gates when he pushed out just then. And when you push out and be aggressive with those 3 gates, you can make a 4th pylon, that's fine. But the second you realize, I'm not going to win that fight, get out of there. You don't just kind of like try to warp in some stalkers. The pylon's kind of far away, and you like try to bring them in.
His pylon
you just
was
get
really
out of
far
there.
away.
Don't want to lose all those
Especially
sentries.
that first battle, his pylon was really far away, so he couldn't reinforce. And even though Zenio only had like 5 roaches and some lings, that won't take out the army, but that'll take out the 3 stalkers trying to meet up with the rest easily. So he couldn't reinforce, and lost all those sentries early.
Like the second you realize it's not going to work, you just get out of there. And you're like, I've done the damage, I've killed some drones, I damaged the hatchery a lot, let me just kind of get my forces back together, come back again, do some real damage, instead of just throwing away all your forces. I feel like Choya was thinking in his mind, maybe I can win, maybe I can win, maybe I can win, maybe he's going to die, and it just was not the case.
Yeah, and that's actually just kind of a good rule of thumb in general for when you're playing StarCraft is if you can get a little bit of damage done and you think that you're at risk of maybe losing that army, just pull back. You know, if you've done a little bit of damage, you're fine. You don't want to lose that army because then, even if you have to play defensively, just get another base instead. You know, if you can't kill him. So it's kind of like, what was that thing? That thing when you're ahead. There's something I remember.
I think you're supposed to get more ahead.
That is the one. Never remember that. Thank you, Wolf, for reminding me of that.
More people should remember that.
More people should remember that.
Myself included.
Choya needs to remember that in Game 2, man. Tal'Darim Altar, a macro-oriented map with some pretty designs on it. It's a very pretty map.
Choya, man, he is pumped. Look at him in
He
there.
is. He's talking to
Dancing,
himself some more.
fixing his hair.
I really wonder what he says. I wish I could read lips and emote.
Maybe he's just speaking English. You don't even know. We'll never know.
Look like that. Anyway, Zenio on the. No, I mean, like, I think I could recognize some syllables in English, even though I can't read lips. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to get into Game 2 on Tal'Darim Altar momentarily. Do not go anywhere. You do not want to miss it. Let's see if Zenio can close out the series. Or will Choya come back here at the GSL Super Tournament?